Hi everybody, welcome back to Kelly's Creations. Today we are doing a collaboration with these fine, talented, beautiful, lovely ladies. So be sure to check out my description box down below. It will have the link to the playlist and everybody's channel. So this collab is so much fun because we all picked a different Christmas song. My song that I picked was Jingle Bells. So all of these DIYs are going to be done using the Jingle Bell theme. I'm getting tongue-tied. Okay, so first I had this Dollar Tree bell. I think it was like an ornament from Dollar Tree, and all I had to do was just easily rip off all of that glitter and everything that was on there. And I had purchased off of Amazon this drop cloth canvas. I absolutely love crafting with this canvas. You get so much and you can do so many crafts with it. So first I'm going to outline the bell onto the canvas and cut it out. Make sure that it fits, and then I'm going to take my distress ink and go over it. What I'm hoping for, and it actually worked, was I'm going to put that distress ink on, and then I'm going to go over it with Mod Podge to wetten it, and you can see the brown coming through with the Mod Podge. And I want some of that bleeding to come through on the canvas, and of course it also helps the drop cloth to stick to that bell. We all picked a different Christmas song, so everybody's DIY is going to be related to the song they picked. How much fun is that? So these drop cloths are so easily frayed. You just take your fingers and start pulling on the edges, and you can get an amazing frayed look. Along with the Jingle Bells theme, you guys know I love rustic country, so all of these DIYs are going to be rustic country. Last year I bought another Christmas tree and I did it all country, and I fell in love with it, and I need some more rustic country items to go around the house. Aren't those frayed edges adorable? I just took my roller and I really went through really trying to pull that Mod Podge and that ink through the canvas. You can see in some of the areas it was coming through. I love that. It makes it look old and vintage. So I went into my stash of half rounds and picked the one that would fit the best for the bottom, for the little jingle bell at the bottom. And once I had the size right, I just took one of my furniture markers, threw it around a little bit, and went over that half round. You can paint this. My go-to is these furniture markers because it dries so quick and it's so much easier. I took a baby wipe and I went all around that round to really get it all in there and no lines and smoothed out. Then I grabbed a black marker and I am going to draw a circle with kind of like a rectangle to mimic the opening on a bell. Once I only did it in one spot, I didn't go all the way around, and I made sure when I glued the half round down that that part that I had done with the marker is facing downward. Once I had that glued down, I grabbed some of my stamps and letters, and I am going to put them down, spelling out the word jingle. It's already a bell, so I didn't think I had to add bell to it. We're just gonna put jingle. And I absolutely love these stamps. I bought 2 packs of them and this little measuring tool to put them down. Make sure when you put your stamps down, you're doing it, spelling it out opposite. As you can see, I started with the J on the right. I'm going to the left instead of left to right. I always turn it around and make sure that I didn't do any of them backwards. We're good to go. So now I'm just going to stamp it with my black ink. and flip it over and put it right above the bottom bell. So stinking cute. I just am loving country decor for Christmas, so I'm absolutely loving this rustic country Christmas decor. So all you have to do is line it up and use some pressure, and it will stamp Jingle right onto that bell. Now, everything I'm using today, you can find it in my Amazon store. I get a small commission off of any purchase. Of course, you don't have to purchase anything, but it will be all shown in my store. That link is in my description box. I wanted a little bit more bleeding coming through, so I just used the baby wipe that I had wiped the wooden half round, and I'm trying to bring through some of that brown. Then I just kind of dried it up a little bit and waited for the bleeding to come through. Now I'm going to take some jute string and I am going to cut a piece, fold it in half, and I'm going to feed it through that top hole where they had the jute string from Dollar Tree. By folding it in half, I can use both of those ends to add some beads. If it doesn't go through, just grab something small that you can push it right through. Now you have a hanger and you also have string to put beads on, which works out perfectly. So Dollar Tree, oh my gosh, Dollar Tree, this is awesome. My Dollar Tree has black beads. Oh, I've been waiting for them to get some colored beads, not the bright colored, but neutral colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 black beads on one of the strings. I'm going to put 3 black beads on the other string, just so it's different. I don't know why, just so it's different. So then I had some Jingle Bells that I got off of Amazon, and I am going to put Jingle Bells on the bottom of these strings. They look kind of rustic country-ish, and I thought that would be really cute to hang from the bottom. All I do is I feed the jute the string through the bell. Once I have it fed through, I fold over, well, I tie it. I cut off the one end, and there'll be just a little bit of the end still left after I cut it. I put that back with the original jute string. Hopefully this isn't confusing. And I feed both ends back through that black bead. It also feeds the little topper into the hole of the bead, and perfect, look at that. It fits perfectly in there, not going anywhere. And then I bring down the existing beads. So cute, worked out perfectly. They are so secure, didn't have to use any hot glue to do it. So I do that same step on the other side. Just tie it in a knot, cut off the little excess, take that little piece, put it with the big piece, and feed the whole end, including the tip of that bell, right into the hole of the black bead. Voila! And I'm not burning myself with hot glue. So that's a bonus. Sorry for the singing. Okay, and it jingles. Look at that. So cute. Now, to top this off, I grabbed some of my berry picks, and I'm just going to cut just a little bit. I'm going to put a berry pick up top. I'm going to finish it off with a twine bow. And that's it. So simple, so easy, and so rustic country. And here's the finished bell. I love it. I think it's so rustic country. Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, let's head on over to DIY number 2. I am going to be using another Dollar Tree ornament. This is actual like ornament looking ornament. That doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. And I'm going to do the same step. I'm going to remove the existing top layer. I'm going to take my distress ink and I'm going to go all around it in brown. I'm going to come back in with another distress ink in black and then another one in darker brown. Since the first one I didn't bleed through exactly the way I wanted it to, I'm hoping maybe putting just a little bit more ink on this, I'll get a little bit more bleed through onto the canvas. I have purchased like a whole bunch of different colors of ink packs because I had bought some stamps that I had tried for the first time, and these I just kind of use them in all different ways for crafting, not just what they were intended for. I'm doing the same thing. I'm coming in with Mod Podge. I'm wetting that ink, and I'm really hoping it pulls it through. The canvas is pretty thick, but the first one it did pull through, so I'm hoping this one does the same. I had cut part of that drop cloth down to size, cut it out, and now I'm doing the same thing using my fingers and just giving those edges a real frayed look. If you don't like a frayed look, don't do that part. You can just cut it to size and put your canvas right on. I'm gonna center it and kind of push it down with my fingers. Then I'm gonna come back in with my roller and really get it stuck on there real good, and hopefully getting some of that Mod Podge to bleed through by pushing it hard with the roller. I'm getting a little bit of bleed through, but not as much as I wanted. So I come in with a baby wipe and I dab it on the distress ink, and now I'm just using the baby wipe to kind of put the brown where I want it. Now this one is also going to be a Jingle Bell, but just a different Jingle Bell. So I'm taking the wire jute string from Dollar Tree, cutting it down to size, and this is going to be the piece that goes in the center of the bell. This is wired, so I suggest using wire cutters to cut this and not your scissors. I speak from experience because I've ruined a lot of pair of scissors trying to cut through wire. So I'm going to set this, kind of eyeball it in the center of this. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use some hot glue to attach the wire jute string to the back of this. Once I have it down, I am going to put a little bit more hot glue, and I have some brown packing tape, and I'm going to go over the center with the brown packing tape just to make sure this stays in place and doesn't move. So I have one of the bells from Dollar Tree. I'm kind of using it as a visual. As you can see the openings at the bottom. We're going to try to freehand this and recreate these. Now when I did it, I know my middle one is not centered, and I wish it was too, believe me. I thought I was putting it in the center, but I guess I wasn't, so it is a little off. But the great thing about rustic country is this does not have to be perfect. I say that in all my rustic country videos. Sometimes the more imperfections, the better. So all I'm doing is I'm taking my brown furniture marker, because I love it, guys, I do. I'm drawing a circle and kind of drawing a rectangle coming down. Once I get that where I want it, it's smaller right now, but I do end up going back and making these just a little bigger. So I start with that brown furniture. Once I have those, I come in with black marker. I highlight the edges and a little bit in the center of the circle to mimic those openings at the bottom of a bell. So there is a hole at the top of this one as well, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to find that hole, open it up a little bit. I'm going to take some jute string, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to feed it through that opening. And just like the first one, this is going to serve as a hanger, but it's also going to allow me to put the beads on each string. I'm going to do it the same exact way as I did in the first DIY. I'm going to feed that through, and I'm going to add black beads to each string. I'm also going to add jingle bells to them because I want DIY number 2 and DIY number 1 to go on the shelf together and fit together. So I want these to be really similar. You can also use different colors. You could use neutral beads as well, and that would look really cute. So you could even put white on here. That is totally your preference. These are just inspirations. You run with it. You do you. You make it your own. So that this one is just a little bit different from the first one, I'm using green and white picks instead of the red. Even though this is a different bell and I want these to be similar, since this is a different bell, I thought it would be cute to use the green and white. And when you put these together, you'll have the traditional green and red colors. So I thought that would be really cute. I'm going to add that pick up top and finish this off with a jute string bow. And here's my second interpretation of a rustic country bell. It's so adorable and it looks great with the bell I made in the first DIY. Let me know, as always, in the comments, what do you think about this one? So much fun. Let's do DIY number 3 now. This one's going to be a little different. So I've never used these before, but I saw these at Goodwill. And it's, I'm going to get this wrong, an embroidery circle. I've never used it before. I think that's what it is. But it's wood, and I knew I could grab my furniture marker. First one I grabbed was too light. I wanted this just a little darker, so I grabbed mahogany. And I'm going to go around the front, I'm going to go around the sides, and I'm going to go around the inside as well. You're really not going to see the inside, but just to make sure that it's all one cohesive piece and all the same color. Look how fast this is. This maybe took me a minute to use my furniture marker, and I didn't have to wait for it to dry. That's why I love these so much. So once I had that done, I grabbed more of my canvas, cut a square out, and I am going to take a Sharpie and I'm going to go around the outside of, tell me what this is in the comments, because I know I'm calling it the wrong thing. Embroidery hoop, maybe? Maybe that's what it is. But I'm going to go around the outside with my marker. I'm not going to cut it out right now. So I'm going to grab my stamps and I am going to put jingle on one and I'm going to put bells on the other one. The reason I didn't cut this out is I know that some of the words are going to go off of the circle, and I think it ended up being just bells. The S kind of got cut off, but that was kind of on purpose. I wasn't trying to do this perfectly. I wanted this to look old rustic country. So my lines aren't perfect. The spacing isn't perfect. And I do have some of the words going outside of the circle. I did that on purpose. So, like I said, I have 2 packs. I bought 2 packs for a reason, so that if I had a word with 2 letters, I would have 2 of them. This kind of didn't work out because Jingle and Bells have 3 L's, so I was having to use the L twice. But let's start with Jingle. I put some ink on it, I flip it around, and I'm going to do all of my jingles at once. So I'm going to do 3 of them. 1 at the top, 1 at the middle, and 1 towards the bottom. And I love using these stamps. I'm new to it. I haven't done this too much, so I'm still learning everything, but I absolutely love stamping, especially on canvas. So once I had Jingle Bells done, now I am going to put All the Way, and I'm going to, as you can tell, put the song on this canvas. So Jingle Bells, Jingle All the Way is going on the canvas. So you're going to see me do all, the, and then way. So I have it the way I want it. Now I'm going to cut it out. Like I said, I didn't cut it out because I wasn't sure what words were going to come out of the circle. So I wanted to have a bigger canvas to work with. So right now you just see me cutting all around that circle. So right now I'm just brainstorming. At first I thought I was going to put some hot glue on the back of this and have the canvas be behind it. And then I decided to just open up the hoop and put it in the middle of it. So I wasn't sure if I had made my circle big enough. Thank goodness it worked out. So now this is so much fun. I need to get some more of these. It's because it's so easy. Just open it up, unscrew it, and then get your canvas where you want it and make it tight by screwing it back into the hole. So I had bought this leather repair kit for our couch and we didn't use that much of it, so I of course brought it in my craft room. You've seen me make leather books out of this for my minis, and I thought this would be perfect to make a leather strap for the Jingle Bells. So I cut a piece off the length I wanted it, and then I cut it down to size. This is a 3M leather repair kit, and it has a very sticky side on the back, which, you know, unless you pull it off. Right now it's not sticky, but it is super adhesive, I tell you. So right now I'm cutting a leather strap, and then I'm gonna kind of make a triangle at the bottom. And then the fun begins, because I had no idea how I knew what I wanted, but I didn't know how to attach my jingle bells. I didn't want to just hot glue them, because I wanted them to be jingly. Does that make sense? I didn't want them all in one place. So I grabbed some wire and floral wire, and I'm going to attach all of my jingle bells to the floral wire. At this point, I still don't know how I'm going to attach it to the leather strap. But that's okay. Sometimes it comes to you as you go. I probably didn't do this perfectly, but the end result worked. And yeah, we're going to go with that. So I put a whole bunch of jingle bells on this floral wire. Then I'm going to come in with this little tool from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to poke holes in the top and the bottom. I'm going to feed the top wire through the top hole, the bottom wire through the bottom hole. And then I'm just going to use extra leather to cover up where you can still see the wire. This actually worked out perfectly. I had the jingling effect that I wanted. Of course, if you don't want to do this, you could hot glue each jingle bell down to the leather strap. This little piece of leather that I cut, all that is doing is it is hiding the wire that you can see at the top. It blends in with the other leather, so I wasn't too concerned about it overlapping. And then for the back where those wires are, I'm just going to use some of that brown packing tape that I have just to lay those wires down. And it worked, yay! I have my Jingle Bell leather strip that I wanted, and they're jingly, so I was happy. So I had a Tim Holtz plate, and I thought that that would be really cute at the top to put that plate on the leather strap, and that's also going to hide the top of the embroidery hoop where it screws in. I didn't want that showing. So I glued my leather strap to the Tim Holtz metal plate, and I glued it down. But I should have glued my pickberries first. So I do end up kind of taking it apart and putting my pickberries down first, which I chose to do this one in red pickberries. And then I put it all back together. Dollar Tree sells decorative push pins, and these are just the clear little crystal push pins, but they fit perfectly in these holes. So I'm going to add some hot glue, and I'm just going to take those push pins and I'm going to feed it through the hole. Hopefully it will glue to the metal, and that's easy peasy, and it finishes off that metal plate. Now, I told you before that I did the pickberries after. Yeah, that didn't work. So I had to do the pickberries. I had to put the leather strap down, do the pickberries, and then reattach that metal plate. And now everything is secure. I absolutely love these 3 DIYs. I love rustic country. Please share your thoughts, comments, suggestions in the description or in the comment section below. If you want to see anything that I purchased off of Amazon, my Amazon store link will be in the description box as well. And also remember, the playlist and everybody's channel will be in the description box as well. Check out all of their videos. They are so talented. They bring me so much inspiration, and I'm always so honored and happy when I can do a collaboration with these wonderful ladies. So make sure you go watch their videos and let them know that you're coming from Kelly's Creations. I love you all so much. I hope you all have a blessed and wonderful week, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, y'all.